In 1873, Reverend Jack Henry Yates led a small band of Christians to organize what was then Mount Pillow Missionary Baptist Church. Although he was a former slave, the Reverend Yates possessed uncommon leadership gifts. He was taught to read by the son of his owner. After being emancipated, he continued his education. Eventually, he founded a school. He also founded the historic Freedman's Town near downtown Houston. He started businesses and also became a renowned minister and founded multiple churches. In 1927, a young 27-year-old man was called to become the church's interim pastor. His name was Reverend Charlie Daniels James Dixon. After several months, the church voted that he should remain the permanent pastor due to continual racial torment. In 1949, Reverend C.D. Dixon led the church to relocate at 5309 Fagan Street. That area is now the historic West End. After a few years, the growth of the membership required an expansion and remodeling of its facility. Upon completion, the name was changed to Greater Mount Pillow Missionary Baptist Church. In March 1978, after a lengthy illness, he was called to meet the Lord and granted eternal rest. Prior to his death, he recommended the Reverend Clovis Emery Johnson to be named his successor. Reverend Johnson was an associate minister at True Light Baptist Church. The church entered into a period of duress as they searched for the next spiritual leader. A young high school student named James Wallace Edwin Dixon II had confessed a call by God to preach the gospel. On July the 9th, 1978, he delivered his first message under the pastoral leadership of Reverend Clovis Johnson. Now, after many months of agonizing over who the church's next pastor should be, God moved in a mysterious way. On the night of July 19th, 1981, the Spirit of the Lord prevailed. The church elected this young 18-year-old minister to become its pastor. He had only finished high school 2 months earlier in May. He is the grandson of the Reverend C.D. Dixon. Within 3 years, the growth of the church continued. In October of 1986, the church made history again. They followed their young 23-year-old pastor in relocating to 1023 Pinemont Drive. In the early 90s, Pastor James Dixon left the church to launch Dominion Community Development Corporation, CDC, a not-for-profit organization. Through Dominion CDC, extensive community buildings and neighborhood improvement has taken place. 3 subdivisions, Dominion Estates 1, 2, and 3 have been created. Dominion Square apartments were purchased and extensively rehabilitated. And in 1990, Pastor James Dixon led the church in its most aggressive acquisition. They purchased 22.6 acres of land directly across from the 1023 Pinemont property. In July 1999, the congregation entered a new worship facility called the King's Dome. This ultra-modern facility seats 2,000 people and is one of the finest worship venues in Houston. In addition to local community initiatives, the Community of Faith has made an impact on lives abroad through its missions work in Africa. The Community of Faith is a vibrant body of believers, inspired to win more souls to Christ, impact more lives, and by faith do greater works for the glory of God.